What is up, y'all? Within today's video, we're going to be talking about JoJo Siwa and Tana Mongeau. It seems like there may be a little bit of beef going on over there. I feel like JoJo Siwa's whole new rebranding is kind of crazy. I did briefly talk about this on the podcast, and I was like, you know what? I totally understand. I feel like it sucks for her being that she just turned 20, and she's obviously growing up. Still, to me, obviously, 20 is very, very young. But I feel like compared to when she was like on, what was a dance show that she was on, y'all? Whatever dance show she was on, and obviously being like a kid star. And then obviously like her and her whole bow line, like she made this whole very kid friendly image, right? I think that it sucks being that she is growing up because a lot of people expect her to stay that age forever and have that demographic forever. I felt like it was the same way with Ariana Grande and all other kid stars. As soon as they start growing up, a lot of people will be like, oh my god, they're so this, they're so that. And it's like, say for example, when like people grow, like Ariana Grande, I specifically remember when she started like growing up and like singing about more provocative things, people were so appalled. They were like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, she's like 26 years old. Like, come on, what do you expect? You know what I mean? Like, they can't be like Miss Rachel forever. Do you know what I mean? So we're gonna be talking about her within today's video. You know what's really crazy is prior to me filming this, her whole new song barely came out. That it was like a remake of a song that came out, I want to say in like 2012. Don't quote me on this. I didn't do the full research on it because if I'm being honest with you guys, I don't like the song. So as soon as I saw like JoJo Siwa's remake and then I saw the original, I was like, okay, still don't like it. So I was like, you know what, I don't really care to learn about that. But I do want to say that it is a remake, which is crazy because everyone thought that it was like her song. Do you know what I mean? Like that she wrote it, but turns out it is just a remake. We're actually going to be talking about two different things from Tana Mongeau where she was bringing up JoJo Siwa, which I don't know, I have some thoughts and opinions on. Obviously, that's why I'm making this video. And I do feel like it's so crazy because I had this in my hot topics for the podcast of the week. And I was like, I feel like we barely briefly touched on this. But I feel like if you scroll on TikTok for more than like 2 minutes, or not even, I'm sorry, 2 minutes or less, you'll see that JoJo Siwa is being talked about. She's on several different podcasts right now. She's actually already went on the Call Her Daddy podcast, which is going to be coming out soon. And I'm like, damn, she's on a whole like press tour right now. I feel like she is... Like, I feel, in my personal opinion, I feel like she is, like, being talked about the most right now, more so than ever. But honestly, I didn't really know too much about her when she was, like, selling bows and stuff. I don't know if she's still selling bows. Y'all, I'm filming this on the day that our podcast went up. I was rewatching the podcast back and y'all, I was like pre-drinking. Well, in case you guys didn't know, I feel like so many people comment things about this and they don't understand. We film pretty much every single Friday night. People sit there and think that like, oh my gosh, we're such alcoholics. And I'm like, y'all, we literally, the whole point of filming the podcast was meant to be like a pre-show to going out, like a pre-drink to go out. That was the whole premise of it. I understand that we upload at 8 a.m. on a Wednesday. I get that. But I just feel like, I thought we made it clear enough that it's Friday night and we're going to go, like, we dead ass always film, I want to say maybe between like 7 and 8 p.m. on a Friday night, and we have like 2 drinks before we go out. So that's why I'm kind of like, people don't really get it. On Friday night I did have a couple more than 2 drinks because we were going to celebrate my brother's 21st birthday. So y'all, I chugged like 2 Happy Dads, and we were talking about JoJo Siwa. Literally, I sit there and said, I was like, my friend Jelly had said, oh, like something about her making bows, and I was like, I heard she made bows. Right after she just said that, my homegirl Jelly was like, do you mean like Bose headphones? And I was like, I meant to say millions. I don't know why I just said Bose. I was like, whoa, them little Happy Dads were getting to me. Also, y'all, can you guys believe that this shirt is like see-through? Like, I was sitting here, I was like, honestly, didn't even notice that this was see-through. I was like, remind me to not wear this out in public, y'all, because TMI, but like my nipples are like way too big and way too dark. So I'm like, whoa, if I were to go up on camera a little bit, I feel like this would probably get banned from YouTube. So let me not. Oh my gosh, I can't wear this on the I was gonna say on the TikTok, on the podcast either. Oh, it's really see-through. Okay, you can see my full tattoo to that. Okay, don't know how I feel about that. Anyways, I'm gonna start rambling. I apologize. Speaking about the ramble, y'all, it'll be linked down below. Make sure you guys check it out. We upload every single Wednesday. If you're easily triggered, easily offended, don't watch it, okay? It's a hot mess, and we are very unhinged folks over there. Just letting you guys know, it is as real can get. And the things that we talk about, woo, they're out there. And we crack jokes about everything. So if you guys are easily offended, make sure you guys are aware of that. So let's go ahead and jump into it. Also, I am so sorry. I forgot to mention this. I'm like pre-filming today because I'm going to Vegas this weekend. And I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot to mention this in my previous videos too. And I did leave it down in one of the comments about a Michaela video that I made. Can you guys please let me know what you would want to see out of this channel? I went live about a week and a half ago, and I was talking to some of you guys on there, and I was like, okay, I need to change up the content on this channel, like just keeping it so real. This channel is completely dying. Like I'm like, you know what? Maybe people don't like my drama videos anymore. Maybe I should go back to beauty videos. But then I'm going to keep it real with you guys. I don't necessarily know if my passion is there for it anymore. And I did recently just do a foundation review, and I'm like, okay, nobody watched it as usual. So I'm just kind of like, I don't know what to do with this channel anymore. And I think because I'm falling more in love with like the creative side of things, say for example, like I love the podcast, but you guys know, as much as I love the podcast, and I really do feel like that podcast was like made for me, because the fact that we look forward to it and the fact that we can sit there and have organic conversation for 2 hours every single week, I feel like I was like, okay, this is something that I was definitely made to do. But I still love my travel content. That's where I feel like I really would love to see myself grow in the travel content world. But my whole thing is now I don't know what to do with this main channel, being that I have a travel channel and then I have the podcast channel. So I have those two separate niches over there. So I'm kind of like, what do I do for this main channel, which is my biggest platform? And I started thinking that I wanted to do like vlog type of things. Do you know what I mean? Not necessarily travel vlogs, but just I don't want to say daily vlogs, but like day in the life of type of vlogs, or like get ready with me's, but then also still talk about drama, but not that be the main focus of it. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Let me know how you guys feel about that. What would you guys like to see from this channel? Like, I know a lot of people still say that they like my reviews, but honestly, y'all, like, and don't get me wrong, I like doing my reviews because I really do genuinely like trying new products, but I just feel like if nobody's gonna watch them, just like nobody's watching the drama videos, it's gonna end up taking me more work to do a review of a product, and then obviously it's gonna end up costing me more than to just make drama videos. So if you guys have any suggestions, please let me know down below what you would want to see on this channel, because just keeping it real with you guys, I'm a little bit lost. I'm like, this channel is dying, and I'm like, I really do try to upload like 4 videos a week, and I'm like, still, that's not even enough. So I don't know what to do. I did say before in the beginning of the year that I'm gonna upload daily. And I was like uploading, I want to say maybe about 6 videos a week. And I was like, okay, like I'm still only pulling in like 3,000-4,000 views. So it's still nothing. So please, if you guys have any suggestions, let me know. I really am considering just doing like random type of vlogs on here. And then like I said, incorporating, say for example, okay, this is just like a food for thought here. Say for example, if I'm like doing a meal prep that week, right? I could like video the meal prep, but then also talk about what's going on in the like social media like realm. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Random idea, but I was like thinking, say for example, if I'm talking about like JoJo Siwa and Tana Mongeau, like maybe I'll be like vlogging, maybe I'll be doing other things, like maybe I'll be running to go pick up coffee or get my car washed, or you know what I mean, just random different things that maybe will be a little bit more engaging than me just sitting here. I don't know, let me know about that. Anyways, the first thing that I want to talk about is a podcast clip that was going around, because a lot of people were saying, okay, this is a little bit weird how JoJo Siwa did go on a, I don't know if it was like Good Morning America, it was some talk show, it wasn't a podcast, and she had said that she's ready to have kids, and she said that she has like donors already lined up. So Tana Mongeau and Brooke Schofield did have some things to say about this, and I'm so curious to know what you guys have to say about this, because it's a trip to me to hear a 20-year-old say that they're ready to have kids. So anyways, go ahead and check out this podcast clip right here.
Did you guys see that JoJo Siwa said that she is ready to start having kids?
It really does make me feel horrible, and it feels like my biological clock is
no, I feel like her
completely
biological
broken.
clock is, she's ready to have kids. JoJo Siwa.
Well,
She wants to have kids. She goes online and she says, anyone I date, I'm looking for someone who's ready to have kids in the next 1 to 2 years.
she said 3 to 4 years.
Yeah, I made up 1 to 2, but I thought it sounded better.
Well, you're lying.
I could
She
add
is
to it.
old enough to have kids, and like, well, maybe not old enough, but she's rich, and all you really have to be is rich.
And I guess like her house is so fun. Like she's so fun.
Yeah,
No, but
she's-
it just doesn't feel right to me. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. JoJo Siwa should not have a kid tomorrow. No.
I don't know. She's probably more qualified than you and I.
So as y'all can see from right there, Tana Mongeau was kind of like, I think it's a little bit weird that she wants to have kids that young. I'm gonna be so real with you guys. I kind of thought the same thing too. If you guys have not seen from the podcast, maybe you guys didn't know, my mom's a teen mom, and I feel like me and my sister were mistakes. Do you know what I mean? Because she had us so young. So I feel like it's a little bit weird to hear somebody so young say that they are like planning to already have kids. Do you know what I mean? I know that she said like maybe within the next 3 to 4 years, but I'm still kind of like, whoa, it's such a trip to hear a 20-year-old say that they're like actively planning their kids, so let me know what you guys think about that. I low-key at first was kind of like, okay, I feel like it's a little bit weird to talk about a 20-year-old, but then I was like, oh my gosh, like she's on all of these podcasts, she's clearly being talked about, every podcast is talking to her and asking her questions, and then on top of that too, she's on a bunch of talk shows, so I was like, oh, okay, like I don't feel that weird after all. But please let me know what you guys think about that, because I'm like, maybe I'm used to like all the like teen moms that I know where everything was like an accident. So it's weird. Not saying she's a teen anymore, but obviously close enough to being a teen, There is another TikTok that I want to play before I play the JoJo Siwa podcast clip where she is calling out Tana Mongeau, is because Tana Mongeau did do a TikTok singing along to her song And then she made a joke about it saying like, do you guys think that she ever did like a perk? And I think JoJo Siwa was very bothered at Tana for doing that. I'm going to be so honest with you guys. When I first saw it, I just thought it was kind of funny. Like she's just making a little bit of fun. And being that if they're like friendly, then like, I don't know. I didn't really think that it was too deep. Like I wouldn't be bothered if my friend did that. But then I was like, oh, she's 20 years old. So obviously things are a little bit different. And on top of that too, I know she's doing this whole rebranding, but she is still kind of labeled as like a, you know, child star. She's very, very young still. She's only 20 years old. So I'm kind of like, oh, maybe that's like a bad look. Do you know what I mean? Anyways, go ahead and check out this little TikTok right here.
I was a bad girl. I'm doing bad things. You think she's ever taken like a perk 30 and like cussed somebody out?
So as you guys can see from right there, I honestly didn't think it was too deep, but I do want to go ahead and play the clip right here where JoJo was speaking about it. She also does talk about James Charles, so go ahead and check this out.
The internet is coming
Brutal.
at you
Yeah.
hard.
No, they are.
James Charles is talking some shit.
James texted me.
He texted you?
No, he texted.
After he mocked you?
So he texted me and he was like, do you care if I post this?
Oh, okay.
And he was like, do you care if I make a dance video to Karma? And I was like, please do. I was like, go in, like, poke fun, get
Good
the
for you.
deal.
Good for him for calling, I guess,
Yeah.
and asking for permission. Who's the other one?
Tana Mongeau.
Here's the thing about Tana. I've loved Tana since I was 13, 12. Where I'm confused with Tana is I have been not friends with her, but we have been close. Like, homies. I did her podcast and it was like we were talking about having like a fun night. You know what I mean? Like for her to go do all that because she was mocking. You know what I mean? So I actually texted her. I just sent her own video and I said LOL, and she just responded ha 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 ha.
You just said LOL?
Let me see.
You didn't say what the f***.
I think it's just JoJo being like,
Give me my
I saw this. Like,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
it's
No, I hear you.
blocked.
Oh, I said.
But her being ha 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 ha.
I said first question no, second question yes. Ha ha ha. She responded ha 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 ha. But the thing is if
Fuck it, Tana Mongeau.
I saw Tana tomorrow, like Tana, like JoJo, what's up?
Yeah.
But then to do that, I'm like, wait. That's why I appreciate that James reached out.
I wish he would have done something that didn't require him to call you up and ask for permission. Would have landed better as a friend if he would have just, you know, supported you. Used his massive platform to like give you a shout out or do something creative or funny and not just mock you.
She was saying that she actually liked that James Charles reached out to her, but low-key James Charles was still making fun of the song. Do you know what I mean? And even the guy that was in the podcast said too, like, okay, he could have just did a song like dancing to it, but it seemed like he was like mocking it, which I agree with. But also at the end of the day, that's kind of like what people do on social media. I don't really think it's that deep. But I do want to know what you guys think about the whole Tana Mongeau situation and JoJo calling her out, because I feel like since they have been on each other's podcast before, or I think that JoJo has been on her podcast before, don't you think like, I don't know, it's not that deep? But then I'm trying to like think about to like when I was 20, but then honestly, y'all, at 20 years old, I was probably more unhinged than I am now. So I'm kind of like, that would never bother me. But then I do come from a different generation. I come from probably a different area than JoJo, you know what I mean? Where like in school, all we did was like shoot on each other and crack jokes 24/7. That's why I said like my whole like lifelong dream is to like be on Comedy Central's roast. I want to be the one getting roasted. So I'm like, it's a little hard for me to like put myself in those shoes. So make sure you guys let me know what you guys think about it. Do you guys really think it was that deep? And then also, what do you guys think about JoJo's whole rebranding? I don't know. Like, I know that she's trying to like break free and kind of just be like, okay, I'm no longer a kid anymore, but I don't know. It's coming across a little bit weird in my personal opinion. But make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about it. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, Girl Scout.